Good fish.
He's running right toward the boat, Joel.
Is he running at you?
Here he comes.
Is he big?
I don't know. He wants to be big, but I don't believe he's that big. God. He wants to be a monster. That's funny. Look at him bending my rod from no bigger than he is. He's got a lot of fight in him. He's mad. That is a mad bass. Here come, look at him jump. Up. He's gonna jump in the boat right now. That boy. Well, he was a fun fish anyway.
Got one too.
That a boy.
Welcome to the Carolina Outdoor Journal. Well, if you like bass fishing, this program today is all about you. You're going to enjoy it. Joe, we had a good day. We had a tough day, but it was a good day.
Yeah, we actually, it was another one of these days where weather just kind of stepped in and said, well, you're going to have to do it a little differently, and we had to, but we're fishing on Belews Lake, which is outside Kernersville, for largemouth bass. It's a deep water lake. It's a lake that stays fairly, temperature-wise, pretty close to, I mean, it fluctuates during the year, of course, but it's a power plant on the edge of the lake, so it kind of controls the temperature a little bit. And our goal was to catch bass in deep water using spinnerbaits. But as it turns out, because of the wind, we had to move a little closer to shore. Most of the fish we caught were actually close to shore, this was in mid-March, and really surprised Joel a little bit that we caught the fish that we did that close, but had a good day.
That's going to make your time interesting today.
Well, they'll go over the spinnerbaits they used and pretty much the overall tackle they used, or the spinnerbait combinations they used today that proved productive.
And Donna's recipe, it's all about mussels today.
Yeah, this is kind of a different recipe. I don't think she's ever done a mussel recipe for us before, but quite tasty.
Well, if you're a bass fisherman, you are going to like today's program here today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Neil, this is a three-bladed hog collar spinnerbait. It's a 1/2 ounce size, and the color's gold glimmer. And fish really seem to have been preferring this.
Exactly.
I guess it matches the bait fish. It's got small blades on it.
Sure.
And this is what we'll be throwing today. We'll be slow rolling it out off of these flat points.
Let me look at that a second, Joel. I see you've been catching some fish on this bait. Look at that scar you got on there. The fish been hitting it that hard?
They've been hitting it.
That's good. I'm looking forward to that. Let's give it a good cast.
Let's go. Let's catch one. All right, hit it right there on that point, Neil.
Good job.
Decent fish.
Keeper fish too, Joel.
Yes, sir.
Need help with it? Sling him in that boat.
All right, look how colored up that fish is.
Great job. Pretty fish.
That's a nice fish.
It is a pretty fish. That's a keeper.
Yep, this is typical what you catch a lot of this time of year on Belews Lake.
So, is that tagged?
No tag.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Anyway.
Nice fish though.
Pretty color.
Yeah, he was up shallow.
I'll tell you what, that's a good healthy fish.
He hit that bait like he sure wanted it. Bent it.
Do you think his brother may be out here with him?
I believe so.
Let's find out. See if he wants the gold glimmer.
He hit it right good ways off the bank.
Yeah.
But I think he followed it because I could see the bait coming under the water out there, but I'd never seen the fish hit it.
Yeah.
He was right up there shallow. You could see the bottom where that fish was at. You want me to lip him for you?
No, I'm gonna swing him in.
No, let's lip him.
Right there,
look at the fish following
behind
him.
it, Joel. So another right
Fish
there behind
following
him. Follow him in. I'm gonna let
Oh
him
my
play a
gosh.
little bit.
Look
him
at that
shaking.
big bass.
He come
Oh,
up
he
here.
come after it.
Come on, we get that double. I'm gonna let him play around a little bit more.
There's another fish down there. He came after my lure. Wow, and it was
you got
just
something to
as
drop down on it?
big.
Have you got something?
I'm dropping that spinnerbait, man. I'm dropping that spinnerbait. Get it,
Right there he
bass.
come. Look at that big old
no.
fish. That's a nice one, man.
That is a good fish. Let me grab him.
Don't break my
Neil
spinnerbait.
Stockton, you got the big fish. Well, I got the first dollar.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That is a nice fish.
The
That's a
fish
good one
that
for the
was
tournament.
following
Right?
that fish
Was
was
just
just
as
as
big.
big, and I almost caught him. He swiped at my bait, but he
Yeah,
didn't get
he
it.
was interested in your bait. Wow.
Goodness.
Hey, man, that's a good
Good
fish.
job. That's the size of the wins tournaments right
That's
there.
right, buddy.
About a 3.5 pounder.
And that's what we had Saturday. But we had like 5 of those, and then we started culling 3-pound bass.
Wow. That was so neat. That
Man, that
fish
was
was
good.
up there where you could see bottom. Maybe
Right.
they're getting shallower.
I think so.
Do it again.
I'm gonna throw to the right of that spot, maybe catch it.
He had you tied up in that
Oh
brush.
man, it's so pretty. He just wrapped around that brush so pretty.
He came right out for that.
Oh, he crashed on that spinnerbait. I'll tell you what I done. When I made that cast and hit that water, that fish charged on that bait, took it, drove me down in that tree lap.
But he came out, thank goodness.
Oh, I know. I just put the pressure on him.
That's a good thing for good line, I tell you.
Put the pressure on him. And what I did that for is keep him going and wrapping around the tree.
Yes.
Because once he made that dive and he went down that tree, I just pulled back the pressure on him so he wouldn't have to go to wrap. Once they make that wrap, it's hard to get them loose.
It is that.
Joe, I noticed that fish we caught the last one was right there on the bank. And a couple weeks ago, we was catching them out a little bit further and a little bit deeper water. What's the transition with this here now?
Well, you know, we've got a couple of things. We've had a couple of warm nights and a couple of warm days right behind this super cold weather we've been having.
Yeah.
And we have low light. So, you know, that right there, low light will make fish shallower a lot of times. And then, you know, in springtime, the warming waters up shallow will bring fish in. I think it's a combination of both of them that might be contributing to these fish. You know, that was a lot larger fish than the average.
Exactly.
And a lot of times your bigger fish will move first.
Right. So a couple of days can make a difference. with
A
the warm
couple of
weather.
days can make a big difference on any lake in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 or 3 degrees of water temperature difference can make all the difference whether you're catching any or not catching any. And you know, you got to find where that little warmer water is. A lot of times back in the pockets, but with it calm like this, it can be right here on the main part.
He hit that thing strong, Joe.
He hit it hard,
He
didn't he?
hit it hard. He crushed on that thing.
I
don't know
had
how
just
big.
had a strike right there.
That's a nice fish.
Yep, nice
That's a
fish.
nice fish.
Nice bass right there. Is it a spotted bass?
I don't know, but it's going to jump right here. Look at him. Come in the water.
Swing him in here. All right, look at the fat belly on that bass.
Joe, that fish smacked that spinnerbait. I mean, it knocked my line slack. But look at the belly on that fish. Is that fish ready to spawn?
It looks like he's been eating good, probably getting ready to spawn too. Look, it's got a pretty color to it.
That's a beautiful color. But you
see.
notice the tails ain't been fanned out any, so
No,
I think it's just kind of pre-spawn condition still.
yeah,
I'm
that's
so-
a sign of a good lake when you got a bass with a belly like that.
Yeah.
Not a mark on it.
So it's been
Blues-
gorging a lot with shad, ain't it?
Yeah, Belews Lake's got a lot of healthy fish in it
Yeah.
like this.
I like it.
Lots of them.
But you know, we had so many short strikes and that and just come up there and just crushed it.
I know it.
I mean, it's halfway back to the boat.
You just got to keep fishing it. Some are going to short strike it, and maybe some are going to get it.
But you know, I noticed it didn't hit the trailer hook. It hit the main hook.
Yeah, let's take that trailer hook off of there.
That might be my collar right there. You can take my,
All right, you have it. You keep it on.
I like that little keeper you put on there.
Okay, you like the color of it.
I think that's to attract it.
Yeah, I was going to say that fish did not have the trailer hook at all.
No, he crushed it. I mean, it wasn't no nibble on that one. That's a crush. You know, we caught those 2 fish on the other side of the lake where the wind wasn't blowing as much. We came back in here and caught another fish. Do you think the wind and the watercolor change make a difference?
I do, especially on a lake like this. The water clarity is it's better than 5 or 6 feet. You know, it being dingier will always help you in a clear water lake if you can find that little bit dingier water, and the wind disturbance kind of stirs it up, and it seems like it'll make fish that are reluctant to strike something like a spinnerbait or a crankbait, and it just makes them more aggressive.
Well, that last fish we caught, it crushed it. Well, the other one's kind of hit behind it a little bit.
Yeah, we've
This
been
here's more
having
of a
some
crush.
short strikes, and then you get more wind. It seems like the fish just get a little more aggressive. Seems like the more wind you have, the more aggressive the fish will get. a lot of times.
So that means the bite's gonna pick up a little bit as the wind gets a little bit more
Yeah,
consistent.
after it blows a while, it seems like it gets it more stirred up out there.
Right.
And the bite it always picks up. Usually the wind will pick up around 9:30 in the day, and usually you'll get a good bite start then, especially if you're fishing moving lures like these spinnerbaits. It can really help you.
Great.
I try to stay in it.
He's running.
Good fish.
He's running
good
right
fish.
toward the boat, Joel.
Is he running at you?
Here he comes.
Is he big?
I don't know. He wants to be big, but I don't believe he's that big. God. He wants to be a monster. That's funny. Look at him bending my rod for no bigger than he is. He's got a lot of fight in him. He's mad. That is a mad bass. Right here, come look at him jump. Up. He's gonna jump in the boat right now. That boy. Well, he was a fun fish anyway.
Got one too.
That boy.
Same place. I think mine's
Now it's
gonna be
picking
bigger. Mine's gonna be bigger.
It might be another.
Not much bigger, but a little bit bigger. Oh, now he's fighting.
I'll tell you, that's
Woo, look at that.
good job.
2 bass off the same spot. Wow. Fat little bass. Small.
2 fish off the same tree.
2 fish off the same tree.
Did he hit it hard, Joel?
Oh, he hit it like he'd been waiting on it all day, Neil.
I'll tell you what, that one I hit, he thought he was a tiger. He come out there and
Fighters, the smaller they are, the harder they fight
He come
sometimes.
out there fighting that lure like he's mad at it. And that's
Let's
funny.
catch 3 off the tree.
We're gonna do that. Last night we was talking about fishing the main lake points, the deeper water with the spinnerbaits, where we catch those suspended fish. I know this morning we started off shallow and caught a couple of fish and we stayed shallow. Is there any reason for that?
Well, we've had a couple of warmer nights here in the last couple of days, and then we've got this overcast conditions. It's not too awful cold today compared to what it's been. And you know, we had that success first thing there, and conditions are just favoring fishing shallower. Anytime I'm on a clear water lake, it seems like low light conditions make fish, they'll come up in shallower water because the light is not shining so bright, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find your active fish cruising around up there in the shallows. But you know, we're still catching them close to deep water.
Okay.
Good fish.
Need a net?
No, I need your hand.
I can hand him in there for you. I can hand him to you.
Ooh, he is a fighting, man. This is a good one here. Look at this big bass. Or it's either one of them small, hard fighting ones coming up to jump.
Oh yeah, boy, what a good fish. Come here, bring it in. Nice one, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good catch.
That's a good
I'm gonna let
3-pounder.
you feel him. That boy.
That fish has got a belly on it.
I
That's
say,
a
look how fat he is.
pre-spawn bass. Lots of these in Belews Lake right here. Lots of them. I can't tell you how many fish. This lake has got as many fish as any one I've ever fished. Lots of them. Grow up and bite again.
That's definitely a tournament fish right there, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Anywhere you go.
All right.
Got
So
a
that's
good one.
nice
Oh, it's
that's-
a big one, big one. Don't let him get away.
Oh man, look
He's
at him on
just
top of
a
that water.
jumping.
Look at that thing on top of it. He's just fighting like a devil. Look at him. Watch him come up. He
I'll
gonna
put a
come.
lip lock on him. I think this breaks the tiebreaker, doesn't it? Woo, that's a 3-pounder. He sure is jumping a lot, isn't he? That means he might try to get away from.
That means he don't like them hooks.
Oh yeah.
All right, man.
Look at that, Neil.
I
Neil?
tell you what, Joel, he crunched that bait again.
That was a fine job you done.
Yes, sir. He swallowed the whole bait.
He's got trailer hook and all in him.
I mean, he just gorged that bait.
Wow, what a fish.
That's a nice one, man. That's a tournament fish for sure. Look
Yes,
at all them
sir.
black spots on it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I'll show you something
what's
else.
so particular about that?
Well, lakes that have a lot of bass in them, biologists have said that these bass with these black splotches on them are characteristic of a lake with lots of fish. See these little black marks?
Yeah.
But something else I look at. See that mud on his belly?
Yeah.
That's mud. That fish was down on the bottom before you caught him.
Right.
I see that a lot in the spring. You get the mud on the belly.
Excellent.
Nice.
Good eye.
Go home.
look
He's
at him.
still shaking his head.
He still can't believe it, can he, Joe?
Oh, good job.
He
You broke
can't-
the tie.
That's all right. We don't get nothing.
You broke the tie.
Joe, we ended up with a good class of fish that day.
Well, we really did, John. You know, considering the weather conditions were not what we'd hoped for, we planned these shows out months in advance, and you never can be guaranteed perfect weather. But yeah, we ended up catching some pretty fish, and then had to do it a little differently. That lake is real deep, and so it can have its really, really good days, and it can have its slow days. But Joe has been fishing the lake for years and knows it. Stays on it a lot. He lives around the corner, and so that always helps, knowing what the fish are doing. But because of the weather change, we had to adapt, and it worked out.
And something else that always helps is gear time. Let's catch up with Joel.
Neil, we had a good day on Belews Lake today. Weather wasn't quite like what they called for. We had a lot higher wind. Really wasn't calling for any chance of rain, but it's clouded up right nicely out here. The fishing, we got started off pretty early this morning and started a little shallower than what we'd been fishing, and had some success right off the bat there. And these fish seem to be moving in shallower daily with this warming temperatures we've been having.
Right. It was fabulous. I really had a great time, and it was just amazing how ferocious those bass were hitting that lure. And what was surprising to me, we had the short strikes, but yet when one really wanted it, he wanted it.
Yeah, it's funny. I guess all fish are different. I think there's some spawning going on out here too. These fish were chasing these baits up out of this pretty deep water and hitting at the blades.
Right.
So we done a lot of changing. I know you're using a gold glimmer. I'm using a white and chartreuse here. Yours is 1/2 ounce and mine's 3/8. And the reason for changing these colors and sizes is because when fish are a little finicky, it can be a little subtle change, like a blade color or a skirt color or the weight of the spinnerbait.
Right.
Can make a difference.
Yes. And that's what you told me about the line. You like a lighter line on this lake too, don't you?
Yeah, typically all of the lakes I fish that are real clear water, normally you want your bait to go down a little further.
Exactly.
And you can control that with your line, like 10 pound I'm using, 12 pound you're using. We kind of got it all mixed up.
Exactly.
But, and if you want to go shallower, use heavier line.
Right.
But it makes a difference on clear water or trying to keep your bait down to drop down in line size. You just have to be careful not to break your line.
Yeah. One thing I did, I thought I was going to be smart doing this. I put that trailer hook when we had those short strikes, and I thought it was going to make a difference for me. But like you were saying, the bass were coming actually hitting the blades instead of the hook.
Yep, we still got them.
And we still got them. But even though this trailer hook on there, it didn't make any difference because the bass we caught still hit the main hook.
That's correct. Sometimes the trailer hook makes a difference. A lot of times I don't use it. I believe you can adjust your color or your size or the blade combination to get the fish to bite it better. It's preference really, but I've learned over the years that if they're not hitting it right, there's something a little wrong about it. And you can home in on something like that, color or something.
Well, it definitely made a difference today, and I had a great time.
Well, I enjoyed it too.
You did a good job, put me on some good fish, and thank you, Joel.
You're welcome, buddy. Had a good day.
Great job.
Good information, Joel. Now, if you want to go try to catch these bass, give Joel a call. His number's right there on your screen. Just give him a call, and I can almost promise you that he can put you on some fish. Now, as you write that number down, we're going to catch up with Donna. She's in the kitchen. She's got a recipe today using mussels.
Today in the kitchen we're making mussels, and this is something that a lot of people eat out and they maybe are a little nervous to make at home, but it really is a very simple dish to make, and it's really great. It's really fun, and I think you can enjoy it anytime. You don't have to wait to go out to enjoy them. So I have some butter and olive oil in my pan, and then I have about 6 shallots, which is a combination of a mixture of garlic and an onion, and I have those kind of shaved, and I'm just going to put those in to my pan. and let those saute for a while. So while they're sauteing, I want to talk to you a little bit about your mussels. So you're going to get your mussels and you're going to make sure that they're clean. You can soak them with some flour and some water to get all the sand out if you like, and then drain them and rinse them well. You want to make sure that your mussels are always closed when you get ready to cook with them. If they're open, you need, like this one is cracked and partially open, so we're going to want to discard this one. And you also make sure that you take the beards off if they're on there. You can just pull those off. Ooh, that one's a tough one. So you can pull it off, and then you're ready to go. And if you need to, you can get a soft brush and just kind of scrub them a little bit if you need to. So those are ready to go pretty much. We're also going to go back here and give our onions or shallots a little stir. We're going to add in a bunch of garlic, some fresh parsley, some fresh thyme, and a couple saffron threads. Just give that a stir. You see all those nice, great colors, and it really smells wonderful in here. Like I said, this is a great, this is one of my mom's favorite recipes or favorite things to eat out. So I made this recipe for her, and I was like, so what do you think? And she was like, it's really good. So she loved it, and like I said, she loves to eat mussels out. We're gonna add a little salt and give that a stir. Then we're gonna add in our white wine, and then our mussels. Oh, forgot, and some tomatoes. These are canned plum tomatoes that we just chopped. And we're gonna add in our mussels. We're gonna put our lid on, give it a little shake, and let it cook for about 5 to 10 minutes until your mussels have opened. Quick and easy. So this is what it looks like when it comes out. You can see it's a great, beautiful dish. Very impressive, I think, if you were making it for friends or just for your family. Some great crusty bread to soak up all the juices, and you're ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed the mussels, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on Simple Cooking.
Thanks, Donna. I want to talk about Joel for just a second at the fishing. He can put you on the fish. He knows it like the back of his hand.
Well, he does. He's been fishing for a long time, and he guides throughout the area. He guides on most of the triad lakes in the area, but Belews Lake is in his backyard, and he really does know it. And you know, it's always good, you know, if you've never familiar with a body of water, sometimes to hire a guide and learn it in different conditions. Because, like I said, the forecast a week out was not what we ended up with, and that happens so often. Anybody that fishes here in North Carolina knows that's always that possibility is you just can't plan ahead, and so. But having somebody with the knowledge of how to fish, and the type, and we wanted to use spinnerbaits for this show, and again, we didn't do the offshore fishing that we had planned to do, but we stuck with it. And the weather never really changed during the day, but we caught fish.
Local knowledge makes a difference.
Absolutely.
For Joe Albee, I'm John Moore. Thanks for joining us today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Make sure to visit our website for more information and a link to our online store, Anglers Bay.